Well, welcome back to our kitchen. Today is our first day that we've got a celebrity chef. Everybody, this is Son. This is my beautiful daughter-in-law Sonia, and Sonia's going to be making for us
curry. My famous curry.
Yeah, vegetarian curry.
Vegetarian curry.
It is the bomb. I tell you, it's a total fave with their family. And I also here.
She wants you to open her pistachio nut.
I can open that. Things. So, what we've got in the what have you got cooking so far, Son?
We've got the garlic and the onion and a little bit of oil in a big pot.
So we put 2 onions in there, didn't we?
Yep, 2
and
onions.
And about 3 cloves of garlic.
Yep.
That's frying up at the moment. And in the meanwhile, I've been chopping up as many vegetables as I could that we've got in our garden. Sorry, babe. That we've got in our fridge. So you were saying also that this is a good way to use up
anything that's in the fridge that needs to go. Like if the eggplant's looking dodgy, if the kumara started to grow stuff, if the potatoes look a bit funny, I still just chuck it all in.
Beautiful, fantastic. So over here I've chopped up some eggplant and some zucchinis and some capsicum, and I've got some, I'm going to do some carrots, I've done some kumara, and whatever we've got, some brocillini from the garden, and also some silver beet for later on. So what are you going to do now, Son?
So now what I'm going to do is going to add the chickpeas, which I have rinsed, in with the onions so that they can have a bit of a fry up. And then what I like to do is add the spices that come with the pre-made pack in with that.
Okay, now this is what Son's got. Tell us about what you've got, Sonia. What
So
is it?
I've tried a lot of the kind of pre-mixed ones. You can definitely mix it up if you've got the spices in your cupboard, but this is my go-to one from Countdown. It's like $4, and what I do is I make it go further by adding tomato and coconut cream to it as well. But it actually comes with some loose spices there, so that's what I'm saying I'll chuck in first.
Okay, so what if you haven't got the loose spices? What might you add?
Any of the ones from Countdown, like that come in a can, there's just a butter chicken, curry paste. You can even just use like tandoori paste, putting in a couple of tablespoons of that. That does the trick as well.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah.
So, okay.
There's lots
so
of options.
You've fried up your onions and your garlic, and then you're just going to add either these sort of spices or something from a jar, but like the concentrated paste.
Yeah.
Just a couple of spoonfuls in there and just keep cooking it off.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, we'll let you do that. I'll chop up the rest of the vegetables and we'll be back in a minute, eh?
Yeah, you really need a smell of vision thing,
Yeah,
don't you?
it smells so good.
Holy, that smells so
Yes,
good.
love.
She just wants you to see her opening her pistachio nut.
Good girl. The chickpeas and everything in here. It smells amazing if you can smell that. I'm just about to add some tomato, which is pretty much that doesn't burn on the bottom. And because we've got some tomatoes that are fresh but going a bit funny, we're going to chuck those ones in as well.
There you go.
Okay.
Yum! Flippin' yum!
It smells so good.
It does. Hey, just to let you know also that, you know, if you haven't got the extra spices and things like that, don't worry about it. You know, what you could do is add like maybe a tablespoon of curry powder. If you've got that, that should do, eh?
Yeah.
That would do, because it has a lot of the different spices already mixed together.
Yeah.
And then you could find yourself a butter chicken sachet or jar or whatever. So it's not the end of the world if you haven't got this particular brand. Just throwing it out
Brand
there.
endorsements.
Yeah, well, it's all about, I think it's all about being practical as well and using whatever we've got.
Yeah.
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 So what are we doing next?
Liz, if you could chuck me the turmeric. I pretty much always add the yellow.
Turmeric is yellow.
I pretty much always add extra turmeric because it's such an amazing spice to have.
Why? What does it do for you? What does turmeric
The main
do?
job is that it's anti-inflammatory. So for me, I tend to be inflamed most of the time. So does Ryan with joints and everything and gut.
Oh.
So it just helps to boost your system too. Sneaky way of getting healthy stuff to kids as well.
Like Sonia's, good idea. Sonia's like part witch doctor. She knows loads of stuff. Actually, we should do a rongoa thing here. Sometime. Bye. Yeah, winning. Okay, come. Do you want a teaspoon or something like that?
No, I just kind of do a bit of a shake. So it's about a teaspoon worth.
Okay, she's a
She's
measurer
just
like
as bad
she's
as
a
you.
measurer like us.
So a dollop, as my mother would say. Dollop of this and a dollop of that. I also like adding it to my rice because then it makes it yellow.
Beautiful. Right, so what are we doing next on?
So we've got the base here. Now we just want to add veggies in. I usually add the harder veggies in because obviously they need a bit longer to cook. So I chuck them in first and then all the flavours infuse into that.
Beautiful. Right, go for gold. So we've got kumara, pumpkin that was going a little bit soft on the side, so we just chopped the soft bit off. Good for the compost.
And there's a carrot under there if you can't spot that.
Great. We've got eggplant here too. I've got to be honest, I've only cooked with eggplant a couple of times. I think I made a moussaka.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, that was years ago, and it wasn't a hit with my kids. It's like there was no cow in it. That was the truth. It wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't.
Cheap lasagna,
Yeah,
Mom.
exactly. So this is just such a hit in this veggie curry.
Yeah.
Now I know there's people out there that are going to be going, because I tell you here, in our house we are surrounded by carnivores. We really are.
Yeah.
And we are, aren't we?
Yeah.
Ryan's carnivore, isn't he?
Yep.
And but I tell you, this veg curry is a total hit.
This is almost a conversion.
Yeah,
this one, actually.
it really is. It really is. So just give it a go. So we can leave that to just cook over for a little bit. You okay turning that over?
Yeah, yeah.
And in the meanwhile, I'm going to get the old rice cooker going. I've got some basmati rice, I think, just long grain rice, and I'm going to put it into a rice cooker and let it cook off. So see you soon. Look, we had to change pots because the neighbour's coming for dinner. So we are. How good does that look?
It smells incredible.
Amazing. Now, Son, you also said that you add other things to it too.
Yes.
We're not going to do it tonight, but you could add.
Yeah, so I usually have at home coriander seed, fennel seed, cumin as well, which I chuck in,
cumin.
and that just, again, it just enhances all the flavours. But as you said, that is what is in curry powder. It's just that it's all powdered up, and I put in the actual seeds so you get that real crunch.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet, fantastic, awesome. Okay, what are you going to add now?
I'm going to add in the coconut cream now, pretty simply, and the actual base sauce.
I'll take that over to the wash and put in the recycling.
Scrape out the last of it too. Use it all up. And hopefully that will be enough sauciness to cover all the vegetables you've chucked in there.
We could always add, if we needed more sauce, we could add more tomatoes, couldn't
Yeah,
we?
add more
Another
tomatoes.
can of tomatoes or something like
Totally.
that.
Yeah.
Great,
Cool.
fantastic. And then just stir it up. Do you want to come and have a look?
I really love that. It's quite adaptable, eh?
Yeah. That's why I think it's my go-to one. Because I can change it to however I want.
That looks so
The
good.
secret though, and the hard part, is giving it the time to cook and simmer away. Which is hard because it smells so good, everyone wants to eat it straight
It does. So
away.
how long do you have to do that for?
Pot that big would need at least like half an hour, maybe even 40 minutes. Just
Okay.
kind of bubble on a low heat.
Okay.
So that doesn't burn onto the bottom. That's the thing, you gotta give it a good stir around. Just make sure that things like pumpkin and kumara is actually cooked right through.
Yeah.
That's what the worst thing is. But it's not.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then we'd add the greenery kind of stuff at the end. Yeah.
I thought that I would show you how to make some rice the absorption way in the good old pot, just in case you haven't got a rice cooker. So there is a big difference between a lot of the rices. This sort of rice here is really good for rice pudding. Don't forget, go back and have a look at our rice pudding recipe because it's the bomb. But it's also good for things like paellas, which are like a Spanish rice dish, and it's really glutinous, so it makes it quite gluggy. That's why it gives it the rice pudding the yumness. That's all I can say. I don't even know what to say. Now this is jasmine rice, and I'm going to use jasmine rice today because I haven't got any basmati left. Okay, and I'm going to put in. Oh, flip! I even had the cup there to measure, but we're going to pretend that was about a cup.
She's the worst.
I know, right? I know. It's so much fun with help. And I'm going to get some cold water. And I'm going to rinse this off. So give your rice a wash. Can you see that? That's all the, what would it be, like the starch, isn't it? Coming off it. So I'm just going to give it a wash, and that's enough because I don't want to waste water. Give it a wash and then tip your water out and put some fresh water in. Fresh cold water. And what you need to do is, it needs to be about a knuckle past the rice. Okay, there's my knuckle. So about yay much water past your rice. Does that make sense? You could do that, can you, Lizzo?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, son. And I'm going to put it onto my big element, and I'm going to let it start to boil. As soon as it boils, I'll show you what to do. Okay? So the rice has come to.
Did you hear Dad? Whose voice?
Over here. So the rice is coming to a boil, okay, and it's quite a hard boil, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And what we want to do is to have that water absorb. So when it gets to a stage where all that water's nearly gone, then we put the lid on, but I'll show you that. Don't forget to give it a stir and to get, see, I've got a nice flat paddle spoon. You made that for me, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, so cute. She was really cute back then. So yeah, so don't forget to just scrape the bottom so that it doesn't stick. And I'm going to turn it down just a fraction. Okay, and when it's ready, I'll show you what it looks like before you put the lid on and let it do its thing. Okay? Can you see how it's got those little vent holes here? You can see them coming through. So most of the water has evaporated. Okay, this is a really good time to give it a, see, because it's going to start sticking. So give it a good scrape. Then turn the heat off completely and pop your lid on and leave it. That's it. That's all you do. And in 10 minutes time she should be ready. If it turned out I'm not showing you. The lid off, Sonia?
Yes.
That is a very special Māori lid.
Special lid
Yes,
removal
that's
skills.
the one.
Oh.
Oh.
See how it's sinking down too now that it's all cooking.
Oh, yum.
Oh my gosh, it smells so freaking great. Ew. Yum.
Just make sure it's not on the bottom. No, we're safe. No burning happening.
It's quite a bit of sauce too, eh?
Yep.
Flip, it's all about the sauce, isn't it?
I'm a saucy gal.
Been cooking for about maybe, how many minutes, son?
20 minutes.
Nah, not that long. It's gonna be that.
I'm gonna be confident with my time. A solid 15.
I think maybe 10 minutes max. Okay, so haven't lifted the lid off. Don't feel tempted to, and it's ready. Okay, so that is nice, fluffy rice done the absorption way. Okay, otherwise use the rice cooker. Are you filming? Hey! Hey! Surprise! Right, we're going to add the silver beet. Look at that gorgeous silver beet. Organic silver beet
Yeah,
from the garden. Whoop, whoop. Okay, we're going to stick lots of it in there. That's 4 leaves worth, but it's going to like wilt down to nothing. Are we going to add that, do you want the coriander?
Yeah, chuck some fresh coriander.
Fresh coriander. How much?
You can never have too much.
I agree. How much of that do you want?
All of it.
That's a lot of coriander. Yum! Hallelujah!
I usually just leave it on the top as well.
Okay.
It does kind of a steaming action.
Right, and I'm going to put the special lid on. Went to an activity, left the pot lid there, no idea where it's gone. Right, special lid and let it do its thing. So it'll probably take maybe another 10 minutes and we'll give it a stir and then we should be just about ready to go.
Woo!
Now I'm adding all my favourite pieces into one big bowl to make the delicious yogurt that goes on top. So because we've got a big whanau here, we're going to use the whole lot of gopala. And we've got a whole lot of coriander as well.
And this stuff is dirt cheap. Dirt
$4?
cheap. Oh, not even that. I think it's, yeah. Like $3 for 750 grams. It's the goods.
It lasts a long time.
Not now, this doesn't.
Right. And lemon. I use a whole lemon. With one this big, I would probably, if I had 2 lemons, I would use 2 lemons.
Yum.
Yum, that smells amazing.
Flippin' yum. Straight to sink.
It's making money for us now.
So we're just mixing that lemon and coriander together.
Oh, that smells so freaking. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I don't normally get excited for veggie curry, but I am excited.
Really excited.
This is the bomb.
The bomb.
Trick is to just tell everybody that it's curry. Don't even
Yeah.
worry about saying that it's veggie. You just say that afterwards and they go, what was in that? And you go,
Just veggies.
Anywhere on the wall.
it also works really well if all you have is like peas and potato.
Yeah.
Truly. This flavour is still amazing and it's just two basic things.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, more.
Yeah, like 5 spoonfuls.
Oh, yum. You're amazing, son.
That
And we're ready.
is Son's famous veggie curry. Look at that. Whoop whoop. Flippin' yum. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you.